my challenge. I'm trying to reach the rating of 2000 before the new year, and today there are quite some blunders, but no worries. I try to get the best out of them. Let's go. The first game starts now, and I cannot play the move e4, controlling the center. And my opponent responds with the move e5. I go here with the knight attacking the pawn, and now they're playing the Philidor defense. I exploit the fact that my opponent didn't go with the knight here to play the move d4. I push a second pawn to the center of the board, and now my knight is standing there in the center, chilling and very strong. Remember, the knight is one of the few pieces that is so much more powerful if at the center of the board. A knight here would be controlling just 2 squares, a knight in the center is controlling 8 squares. What the pip is this move? So I will just keep in, I will just go on and develop all my pieces, the knights, and then the bishop here looking at this pawn. One thing I've learned about this opening, the Philidor, is that sometimes I have to be careful about this bishop being trapped. Because black can go on with moves like a6, b5, and then c5 with tempo attacking the knight and then pushing this pawn even forward, and if my bishop is there, it's going to be trapped. For the moment, that's not a problem, so I'm going to go long castle. Sometimes I like to go long... Sorry, I said long castle? I don't know. I'm confused. I will go short castle anyway, and I will play the move f4. Why do I play f4? Because at some point, I want to push even e5 if possible. Now, there is a question. They want to trade this knight. Usually when you have more space, and I have more space because I'm playing on 4 ranks, instead my opponent is just playing on 3, if you see the difference of the pieces. You shouldn't trade pieces. But I don't want to move this knight one more time because I don't want to trade. So I will play bishop here. I'm protecting the knight, and if they take, I take back with the bishop. And I have 2 very strong bishops looking towards this king. Usually the mentality how to play chess now they're attacking the queen is you gotta, in the opening, control the center, bring out the pieces, and castle. Then in the middle game, once all your pieces are out, don't forget to blunder the queen, you have to make a plan to understand, okay, what do we do now? Because yeah, all the pieces has been developed, no? I brought out everything, but how do we go on? In this situation, in order to understand how to make a plan, you need to recognize some patterns. In this situation, I have more space, showing that 1, I have to avoid trading pieces. 2, I have to try to gain even more space. In this precise situation, I would say that I have 2 plans. 1, fight for the center even more. 2, organize an attack towards the king. Now they are trading, I have a decision. Do I take back with the queen or with the bishop? I think with the bishop is better. So how could I keep going for an attack towards the king? Well, that's quite cool. I bring a rook here. Maybe I could bring a queen on g3, which is a very powerful square to attack because the queen is looking directly there. And I think I will start with this move, or maybe not, because then the bishop goes there with tempo. I would love to place my rook here. Okay, I will play h3 anyway, because I want to place my rook there, and now the bishop is stopping me. Oh, the bishop is going there. That's kind of surprising. They really want to avoid the rook to be there. Okay, in this case, I will bring also the rook to the game and then keep going. I still have the 2 cards open. I still could go for an attack towards the king, or I could attack the center. Attacking the center, what does it mean? To maybe push the move, to maybe push this pawn, open up the files, and make these pieces feel uncomfortable. Now, every time your opponent goes backwards with the pieces, they are leaving some squares unprotected. For example, the knight is no longer controlling those squares. I could go forward with my knight. That's for sure one move. One move that I always need to consider is the move g4. I know that there is a rule in chess that is called never push the pawn in front of your king. But in this precise situation, I might be winning a piece, because after g4, the bishop goes back, I push f5, and this bishop is trapped, has no square to go, needs to be sacrificed for a pawn, and I win 2 points. I'm running out of time. If g4, I need to be sure that this sacrifice doesn't work, because black is winning 2 pawns, giving a check, but then I can cover up with the queen. I'm threatening the mate behind, so this wins a piece. This move wins a piece. I think the best move is still to take there and to get at least 2 pawns in exchange of the bishop, but maybe they won't even take there. if I give mate on g7, that's fantastic. Okay, let's see. Now the queen has to take, and I play queen here. Now, if they trade the queens, usually when you are, I have more pieces, right? So I shouldn't trade. So my opponent shouldn't trade pieces because the endgame will be amazing for me. But I did because there was a mate behind if they would have moved the queen. So they did a good job here. Now, how to win this is still not so easy. If we get to an endgame and my opponent manages to advance those pawns, I might be in trouble. And this is because the pawns are very shy pieces. Meaning that they start the game slowly, shy, they don't seem so strong. But attention, because if they get towards the last rank, they might become a queen. Usually they say, this could be a very general rule, that when there are 2 pawns on the third, if they are black pawns, or on the 6th rank. Anyway, 2 steps away from promoting, 2 pawns next to each other, they have the same value as a rook. That's powerful. Okay, let's avoid that, okay? So the knight is looking at this pawn that is protected. This is always something that you have to do. Also, where is the knight going? The knight might go there. Do I care about the knight getting there? No. That's why I push, taking more space, attacking the knight one more time. Now the knight has to move. If the knight goes there, I have different moves. I will go with the knight here. I'm counterattacking this bishop. Don't forget, the trades are always good for me. So we can trade whatever you want. Okay, they're attacking the rook. I'll move my rook away. This bishop is still protected. And they're activating their pieces. That's a smart idea. Really smart. I want to push there, but I don't find a purpose. Okay, let's do this move then. I'm attacking 2 pieces at the same time. This is basically called a skewer. If you have seen my video 11 tactics that you must know, you know that this is a skewer because I'm attacking with 1 piece, 2 pieces at the same time. Now, this tactic is looking fancy, but it's not so strong because the knight could take here by giving a check. So I have to take back. I will take back like this. And then this bishop can't be moved. And I won absolutely nothing. But it's okay. I still managed to trade a piece. Now I move my rook here. Yeah, this is protected. All right. I still need to fight for the win, though. It's still not clear how to win this game. One way could be to promote a pawn. Yes. But how to promote a pawn? Well, I need to create a pass pawn, first of all. This pawn seems close to be promoting, but it's still not possible. I mean, still cannot be advanced because this pawn is stopping it, right? Okay, now there is a check. I cover it because I don't want to lose my pawns here that are under attack. I take back. Fine, we have been trading so much. And we reached that moment where you have to block the rook from getting there. Remember, in the endgame, the rooks are so powerful when they are in the 2nd or in the 7th rank. Because there are lots of pawns there that are like pins. And the rook can just strike them all. I don't know why they resigned. Probably because this pawn was just hanging by the rook. Their idea was that if I take there, bang! You see, the rook is really strong. I have to move and then a pawn is falling. This bishop is under attack. This other pawn is falling. It's not so fun when a rook is there. Of course, I still have an extra piece, so it should be still completely winning for me. But avoid that. New game, baby! Okay, so we are... Okay, we're playing against b3, which is a very weird opening. Usually you have to control the center, and I really mean it, because you might feel lost after this. Now, the bishop is attacking the pawn, so we protect it with the knight, which is very natural. And every time your opponent gives you a chance, go with the 2 pawns in the center. This is officially the big boys center. Very strong. Like big brain chess. Okay, so now the 2 bishops are looking at my pawns. I just protect them with the knights, and then I'm ready to develop my bishops. Ooh. Okay, they're attacking the center, no? Now this pawn is attacked twice, but is also protected twice by the knight and by the queen. So this pawn doesn't really need protection. Now the question is, should I push, should I take, or should I leave it like this? There's always the 3 option once a pawn is under attack. Take, push, or let it be. For example, I could play bishop there, just developing. And I like it. I develop, and I'm attacking this pawn, because now I'm attacking the pawn with pieces. Okay, they just take. The question is, do we take with the knight or with the bishop? I'm thinking, because after this, I would be happy to trade. Because then all these squares are going to be very weak. But if I take with the bishop, they are going to play this. And then I have this pawn under attack, and this knight moves coming attacking there. That's why I take with the knight, because my bishop would be a little bit exposed there. And usually in open position, I don't want to trade my bishop for a knight of my opponent. Now this knight is attacked twice by the bishop and the knight, and is protected twice, so I don't really need to worry one more time. I just develop a bishop, I'm ready to castle, and then we have to make a plan. What is this move? Remember, pawns are never going backwards. Every time your opponent is pushing a pawn, they are leaving some squares unprotected. Now, those squares are no longer going to be protected by this pawn because the pawn cannot go backward. So I will exploit that immediately. The knight here is looking for this check. And how to save it? Actually, the check is a fork and is winning the bishop. That's so powerful. And then the other knight... Oh my... Okay, that's a fork. We win a piece. The white can no longer castle. We are attacking the queen. And we might even slide here with a check, which is great. Now, they might play the move queen c2, and then we could have a very strong move, but I won't play that. Because after queen c2, we could trade the queens and get to an endgame as we have one extra piece. But I don't do that, because there are two plans that you can have once you have an extra piece. One, you trade everything and you go to the endgame. And honestly speaking, that's the easiest way to win the game. But I don't like easy, I like cool. And so I want to win the game by giving mate really quickly. Now, do I have a way? Because I was thinking about sacrificing a piece and then sliding with the queen here to give a check. But I think it's a little bit too fancy, so I will just go back with the knight. I don't trade for now, but I go backward. I don't want to trade the queens. That's pretty much it. Yeah, this move is good. I would love to go with the queen there and then give mate. I can't, but I will go with the bishop, attacking this pawn one more time. The knight and the bishops are really strong. Okay, you're attacking me. I'll take here. Nice. Imagine giving mate with a knight. If this knight could give a check, this is a bit hope chess, but whatever, a check where the knight is not hanging, it would be checkmate. Now, that's not possible. Maybe I blundered. Guys, straight pieces that go to the endgame, okay? Don't play cool, play good. No cool, good. Because now it's a little bit tricky. There is this knight hanging, right? If I move the knight, there is the bishop hanging. Yep. And if I take here, the pawn is taking, attacking this knight. Well, okay. No worries. I always have a plan. I'll take here, and I'm trading. Oh, they took there. That's so smart. That's so smart. I didn't expect this. Okay, no problem. Kind of. Oh, I still have an extra piece, right? But there are two pieces that are hanging. Yes. I'm not sure if I can save them. I'm thinking about queen f6, with the idea that this piece is now protected, and if they take, I have discovery check, and I think I will go with this. Now, if I lose this game, I have to do a punishment for the next one, so please, let's try not to do that. I believe they will take with the pawn here. I am a genius, right? Okay, so I think with the pawn was better, honestly speaking, because now I just have a discovery check and I win the rook. And maybe I even have checkmate. What is happening after this check? I would say everything was part of the plan. With the pawn was better to take with the pawn because the knight was at least under attack. Now I have so many moves, I could even give a check and take here instead of taking this rook. I will give a check first. You know why? Because after the king moves, I'm attacking this bishop, but I don't have to take. Maybe I just take the rook. I don't know. I think I'll take there. I'll simply take there. My opponent doesn't even have a check, doesn't have anything. And if they take here, I'm taking this rook and then I'm taking this rook. I just need to be careful not to be checkmated. But I think it's alright. It's alright. Yeah. I have lots of pieces. There is a tactic that I also show in one of my videos about the checkmate patterns, and is this one. Basically now I could take the two rooks, but I leave my opponent with the possibility to attack. Because I take here, the king moves, I take here this other rook, and then the knight can take. And if I take back, then the queen takes, and then this is a check and the rook is looking there. But I have for sure a defense. Because now I take also this, and first of all, after knight takes, I don't have to take back. Remember that. You are not forced to take back. I could simply castle and say, nice. But I don't even have to castle. Because maybe I can simply try to bring this queen back to the party. Or I could even take, and queen takes, and then play king up here. And the rook is protected by the other rook. Now, this is playing with fire, but I like fire if I don't get burned. Okay, come on, this is super fun. Okay, I'll take. I believe that I will be under stress, but my king will run to the other side of the board in full safety. I hope. Okay, so there is a check here or a check there, but then the king goes there, and there are not many checks left. There is one check even here, but then I go up here, and the only check left is to give... Okay, so now I go there. I believe in this. Imagine I get mated. That would be embarrassing. Now, I had this check under consideration. I knew that this is the end for them. Because now... Wait a second. So I go here. I was thinking, like, I go here. There is a check and this... Okay, yeah, that's right. That's just the end. There is a check and then I go here. The check are over and then my rooks are about to join the party. Bing, boom. And it's going to be maze. I think here we could have a bim, boom, bum. You know what is a bim, boom, bum? It's a mate in 3. You don't call it mate in 3. You call bing, boom, bum. Let's see if we can... if we can do it. It depends where this queen go. They might just resign here. I hope they don't. So we have bim, boom, bum. Okay. The pawn is pushed. They want to give a check. It's quite clear. Do we have the bing, boom, bang? I think we don't have it. Yeah, but we do a bing and giving a check to the king. I think the king can run away this, following this path. But I have this move that is quite boom, I would say. And now we take there. Okay, now we should have it. The quickest mate. Check. King moves. Okay, I like that they want to see it. Okay. Okay. This is so beautiful. I love it. This is going to be a bing boom bam amazing. Okay, bing. Now the king is running out of every single square. They don't have a move. Actually, this is just a bim bam. Boom. Sorry, I'm weird. I know. Let's go on. Let's play a little bit more serious now, right? Last game for today against Anna Banana. Okay, that's a fun name. Let's go with the knight out, attacking this pawn, and then we play. Okay, let's play the Italian game. I think this is this is the opening that I started to play chess with. This is the 2 knights defense, and we go fried liver. We're attacking this pawn. Ooh, my opponent is prepared. This is the move that you have to know. Now I take here and I'm attacking the knight. Will they play also the only move? That is knight a5. Wow, they are really prepared. Ouch. I don't like now this opening. Let's see. What? Oh my gosh. This is what I recommend. This is my preparation. Okay, I will play queen e2. This is exactly what I have a video about it. I will link it. I have a video about it, and this how to play this opening with black, how to defeat a fried liver. And this is exactly the move that I recommend. Now they have to be a little bit careful because I'm attacking this pawn and I'm protecting the bishop at the same time. I also, with the white pieces, I have an extra pawn, right? Okay, so they protected here. I have an extra pawn. I could play the move d4 and take here. This looks really fun. Okay, d4 is a move with lots of fire. I hope not to get burned. Okay, so what I want to do is that this pawn is pinned, the pawn cannot take, and I want to take back, and this would be a fork. But I think my opponent could be super smart here and just castle and say, huh, take that pawn. Because if they take, they go here. And they are pinning my pawn because my queen would be hanging. And then my pawn is feeling shaky there. Also, this pawn is shaking. This knight is potentially hanging. I don't know if that is a good idea. But I could simply, after castle, I could simply castle and say, bye. I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. Also, a very... Ooh, I'm not chickening out. So, after castle, I'm taking, yeah? And after rook e8, I'm pushing the pawn. Attacking this, attacking this. I'm not really threatening to take the bishop because my queen would be hanging, but I'm threatening to take this pawn because it would be a nice fork. It would be a check because the king is on g8. I don't know if you can see all this. Okay, so the queen is just protecting. I might just castle here and then the pawn could take. So if I take here, the bishop takes. I have an extra pawn. Let's not forget that. But now the queens might be traded. But attention, I can sense a piece feeling not so happy. What if I play the move bishop there? Attacking here. How is the knight going back? They could defend it with this move, but they also have the move knight takes. Okay, you know what? I will just castle. I just castle. I get out of every problem. If you want to take, you could take... My opponent could take 2 pawns. Is this good though? I believe taking the d pawn is really dangerous because I'm not going to trade the queens. You know me. I'm going to attack here. I'm attacking. I'm removing the queen. And I'm ready to go with the rook there. And the queen and the rook are on the same file. My queen is attacking the... Oh, what? I blundered a piece. Okay, it's a sacrifice. Because, of course, if they take, I go with the... I go with the rook there. Guys, this is a demonstration that blunders are happening to everyone. So don't worry. When you blunder, be happy and blunder less next time. So after bishop takes, sometimes you luckily survive because I still have this move and I think I survive. So if they take, I play this and then, yeah, they have to cover somehow, right? Maybe with the bishop is the best. And then I can simply take there. And I'm attacking this. I'm threatening maybe a 4, then win another piece. I think this is actually a good move, guys. But calculate first, play later. Okay, just it's a bit safer, that approach. Don't first play, calculate after it. So I think we go there. We are now really attacking the queen. And now this bishop is still hanging, I know. But that's not a problem because we are attacking a piece of higher value. I think the bishop here is basically the only move. But I also think that we are winning a piece. Because we could simply play the move f4. And we're going to take here next. You might say, hey, Eliza, there is still a bishop hanging. You're right, I'm going to first trade here, a check, and then I'm going to play the move f4. I think this game will deserve some analysis. Imagine if the move queen d2 was brilliant. We're going to see that. Okay, bishop there, all part of the plan. Now we take, and they can take with 3 pieces, with the knight, with the queen, or with the king. I think it doesn't matter because I'm playing f4 no matter what. Well, maybe if they don't take with the knight... So if they take like with the queen or with the king, I might even think about playing knight here instead of pushing this pawn. Because they cannot protect this with the pawn. If they take with the knight and I play knight there, they could protect it with the pawn. Okay, now I just take with check. That's simplest. That's the simplest. I'm giving a check. The king has to be moved. And then... I mean, this is a fork that is incoming, but... I'll take this pawn. And now, guys, I have a high priority. They actually had a good move. Here they resigned, but they had a good move. They have a fork, because my pawn is pinned. Here they can play knight c6. Knight c6, sorry. I can't take because I lose the queen. And if I move my queen away somewhere, I lost this rook. And my advantage is getting smaller and smaller. It's incredible that I'm still better here. Anyway, after knight c6, I can play this move. And after queen takes, I can take there. That's guys, when you blunder like me. There is always still an escape room. About queen d2. Oh, queen d2 is actually the best move. You see, this is big brain chess. This is the philosophy of this move. It's actually the best move because after this, we can just play rook here. And after this move covering, we can simply take there. We're attacking this and we're threatening f4. So I still would win a piece here. In fact, the best move according to the engine is to just castle and then let it be. Okay, here I was confused because there is a tactic. There is a discovery attack. Now the queen is looking at the rook that is no longer protected by my queen, so this check could be happening. But here I don't have to take because I would lose a rook, but I have to play king f1 protecting the rook, and your white is still winning. Hope you guys enjoyed this blunderful games. If yes, remember to like and subscribe. I will put here on the screen all the videos I've suggested. See you tomorrow for day 6. Ciao!